Man, I'm so pissed off right now. I put up a video 2 days ago, and these devils took down my video saying that I showed a man burning, and even though it was a story covered in the news, a major network at that, in New York City, they said it incites violence and suicide and all this crap. And I reached out to YouTube and I told them, listen, this is coming from the news. You have it all over YouTube, and it wasn't taken down by a major news outlet, and it's blurred out. They said I should have blurred it out, but when you watch the video, the segment or the portion of where this man sets himself on fire is pretty much blurred out. And the only reason why they took it down is because I said things such as the news improperly covers the story in terms of what's happening in Gaza. And if you question those people who are being genocide on the Gaza Strip by pro-Zionists and so-called Israelis, if both sides had a chance to be heard, in other words, if the Palestinians had a chance to speak on why they do the things they do against Israel, if they went through historical points of genocide, oppression, and apartheid, that the media would cringe at the actual facts that are coming out. Basically, what I'm saying is that the news is one-sided. It's one-sided, and they drown out any statements that come from the protesters in New York City or the college students, not just in New York, but all over the country. They drown that out, and they refuse to hear the truths. They make the Palestinians on the Gaza Strip or the West Bank or wherever seem like they're animals and they're Islamic fanatics. But these people are not killing, bombing, destroying for nothing. These people are oppressed. These people are angry. These people are upset by what's happening to them and their children. And they have the right to push back and fight back. They have that right. Just like the students on the college, they have a right to express their truths. But what's happening is that their truths are being suppressed and hindered. That's the point I'm trying to make. And it's coming out. The students are not out there rioting for nothing. And this is why they shut down my video, because I said that, and they know it's true. They know it's true. The media is controlled, and they can deny it. From now to the destruction of America, the media is totally controlled, and there's no way to get around that. You understand? No way to get around that. I went and got this article. It says, why are newsroom manufacturing consent for Palestinian genocide? See, and it's true. It's true. I'm telling you, the what you call it, not the Palestinians, the Zionists, as well as the Israelis, they have a stronghold on what comes out in the media, what comes out through the press, what comes out based on their control of the government. They use the media and the courthouses and the military in America to control the narratives of different stories, what truths come out and what truths are suppressed. Why are newsroom manufacturing consent for Palestinian genocide? Centuries of dehumanizing imperialist propaganda laid the groundwork for how U.S. media reports on Palestine. Now, I agree. These people are not crazy. The students are not crazy. Even though you have provocateurs mixed in among the students, you have paid provocateurs to escalate the situation in different colleges and riots. Just like in the riots of 2020 in the U.S., you have people who are planted within those groups to create anarchy because they do want to see a collapse of this country. And it's going to happen. You're going to have a collapse of this country eventually. You're going to have that, you know. It says millions of people across the world have protested against Israel's genocide of Palestine and the role of the U.S. in supporting the funding of the war on Gaza. And it's true. This is why they're protesting in America, because America supports the genocide of the people in Gaza. Billions and billions and billions of dollars have been funneled to to Israel for years. Billions of dollars. Again, it says millions of people across the world have protested against Israel's genocide of Palestinians and the role of the U.S. in supporting the funding of the war on Gaza. On November 4th, tens of thousands of people gathered in different U.S. cities and in Washington, D.C. to call for a ceasefire and an end of the brutal occupation. Despite the public outcry, U.S. news coverage, look at this, despite the public outcry, news coverage of the state of Israel's genocide in Palestine is inaccurate at best and complicity in further violence at worst. I mean, this is not, these people are not stupid. They're not stupid. It says, the closer we look, the more we see mainstream media complicity. We see how media language fuels Islamophobic and Zionist propaganda by towing the line of objective reporting. Look at that. Objective reporting, meaning it's one-sided, one way, one view, tunnel vision, objective reporting. The Middle East war, as the New York Times calls it in its piece about Al-Foyom, I believe it's pronounced, is not a war. It's neither a war with Hamas, a Palestinian resistance group, nor is it a war with Gaza. A small Palestinian enclave has no official military and has been occupied by the Israeli government since 1967. What is happening now is a relentless bombing of innocent civilians, a violation of international law and human rights. And I agree 100%. This is not a war. It's genocide, and it's the eradication of a group that is oppressed by Zionists and by trying to be careful with my words, because they already got me. They might get me with this one, but it's genocide, and it's genocide on the part of the Zionists as well as what they call the Israelis. I don't believe they're Israel. I don't believe they're Israelis. I believe the so-called blacks and Hispanics are God's true chosen people, by the way. But it says a violation of international law and human rights. The instance on calling this a war or a conflict is propaganda. The depiction of two equal aggressors working to absolve the group that is committing the genocide. And that's what it is. That's why the students are in the streets. This is why we're seeing what we're seeing today. This is why we're seeing, the friction, because the students are not dumb. They're not dumb. I think they're being coerced to a certain degree by provocateurs in the midst of them, but at the same time, they have a valid reason for being in the streets. They have a valid reason for pushing back. They have a valid reason to speak their truths. And I guarantee you, if the media took the time to hear both sides equally, fairly, based on truth, you would see how America, as well as the Zionists, have a role in the evils that are. Let me see. Look at this. I want to see. I saw this last night. This guy, he's like the first guy arrested last night over there in California. But again, if the truth and the reasons why the students are out there on the streets raising hell, if the truth could come out, if they had a chance to expound on why they feel the way they feel and why they're doing the things they're doing in regards to the protests, America would look guilty as hell. Israel would look guilty as hell. The Zionists would look guilty as hell. The Israelis would look guilty as hell. You understand? And I'm not saying that the Palestinians haven't done any dirt. They haven't done any war crimes. But you will find that if the truth could be heard, America would be guilty and look evil as what they call America, the big Satan. America would definitely be revealed as the big Satan, and Israel would be revealed as the little Satan. There's no doubt about that. No doubt about it. I guarantee you. But they shut my video down, and I appealed to them, and they rejected my appeal. I'm so goddamn mad because there was nothing wrong with that video. But again, I believe the media is controlled. I believe that you can say but so much, especially if it's against the Zionists, especially if it's against Israel. And what's happening over there in the Gaza Strip is genocide. Is genocide. Pure genocide. So, I applaud these people over there in California, these young students. I applaud them. But at the same time, they're trying to crush and destroy this government. And it will fall. It will fall because evil does not last long. Every wicked empire that stood, it fell at some point, and it's through the hands of the Almighty. And it's coming. It's coming. But the truth is being suppressed. The truth is being hidden. And what's happening is that America can no longer hide the evils. They can no longer hide the evils. And these students, and they're not stupid. They see the wickedness that these people practice, and you know who I mean when I say these people. They see how they're getting money hand over fist under the table. They see they control the media. They see they control the music industry. They control politics. They control the judicial system. They control all these things. They even control these colleges to a certain degree. That's why they're so outraged, because they have funded so much money into the colleges, which is one of the big cogs and wheels that control the people and dictate how people think. They feel outraged that their money is going to waste, and that how dare you bite the hand that feeds you. That's how they feel. That's exactly how they feel. You understand? So the Most High, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, is beautiful, man. He's just doing his thing. And if you're smart enough, if you're wise enough, and if you're spiritual enough, you can catch what the Most High is doing and step back and watch the house of cards just fall. You just watch it fall. And America will fall. It will fall. The people are mad. The people are mad. They're tired of trying to make ends meet. Meanwhile, billions of dollars are being shipped to the Ukraine. Billions of dollars are being shipped to Israel. Billions of dollars are being shipped to Taiwan. The people are mad as hell because they can't pay back these stupid student loans. They can't make ends meet. They can't put food on the table. They can't buy a car or a house because interest rates are through the roof. And meanwhile, in America's backyards, people are suffering financially, socially, whatever facets of life that bring you happiness, that's being stripped from you. And billions of dollars are being sent abroad, and those people are stealing that money that's being sent abroad. Trust me, that money is being taken and put in the pockets of certain leaders and politicians abroad, and people realize that. The people realize that, and they're mad as hell. And you should be mad. You should be mad because you have no future. No future. There's no future here. Guaranteed.